So students will be joining or they will be connecting through live. Okay. 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 Okay, fine. So shall I start? Yeah. So a very good afternoon to everyone who is present over here, and a very good afternoon to our resource person, Dr. Vishal Shukla sir, who has given me this opportunity to introduce him on this platform, and he was the person ready for delivering the lecture on today's topic, achieving problem solution fit and product market fit on a few second call. And as far as his introduction is concerned, he is basically a data scientist and faculty of marketing and business analytics, currently working as professor, department of management studies, Dayananda Sagar College of Engineering, Bengaluru. He is holding doctoral degree from Banaras University, and he is a postgraduate MBA within a specialization in marketing and IT from HBTI Kanpur. He is a passionate academician, researcher, and a keen learner. He believes in development of the students through knowledge dissemination, and he has published various research papers in several national and international repute journals. Basically, they are most of the journals are Scopus indexed, and he is involved in providing hand-on session training to the students in various institute, and basically he's taking the use of various softwares like IBM SPSS. He is having experience with taking sessions on R as well as Python and Tableau. So overall we can say that he is a person who is going to deliver the today's lecture to the maximum precision which we are expecting, and he will be, I'm hoping that he will be able to provide the solution to the student query if they are there, and he will be doing a justice to the topic which is being allocated to him. uh, I would request Professor Dr. Pushkar Tripathi sir to welcome him on this official platform on behalf of IIC, and that's all from my side. Pushkar sir.
Uh, uh, First of all, I would start with, sir, that I'm very thankful that it is okay. So I'm very thankful that he has given the consent to deliver his lecture here, and as ma'am you have already said that he is one of the most suitable person for this topic, and as experience shows, he has wide variety of experience, and from computer science to business administration, I think he is one of the most suitable person this kind of activity, and our students will gain maximum benefit from his lecture. Thank you, sir, taking your valuable time. And now, sir, over to you. We Please, sir, please.
Thank you, sir and ma'am, for such a warm welcome. And also, I'm thankful for providing me this opportunity to talk on a very relevant topic, which is faced by businesses right now. And I hope in 1 hour session, students will be having some key takeaways. So the topic that we are going to discuss is problem solution fit and product market fit. Now, why this particular topic? This particular topic we have chosen because we are seeing that, particularly if we see India, India has become a startup economy. Every day we hear about new startups coming up. And I'm living in Bangalore. I have witnessed Bangalore is the India's startup hub. But most often we see that if you see the data, 9 out of 10 startups failed. So the success rate of a startup you can see is only 10%. And why this is happening? Because most of the companies they are coming up with products, or most of these startups are coming up with products or services that nobody wants. We are living in a world which is known as VUCA world: volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Yeah. No, sir, I'm on the same side. It's just a curtain raiser. Okay. So we are living in a world which is known as the VUCA world: volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, where there is a lot of volatility in the market, uncertainty. Consumer mindsets are complex, and the business scenario is ambiguous. 2 years down the line, before 2 years, nobody would have thought that the hand sanitizer, which was considered as a luxury product, a product which people used to flaunt before others, would become a necessity. 2 years back, we were not accustomed to the online learning systems like Zoom or Google Meet or Microsoft Teams, but now they have become a necessity. See, within 2 years, within few months, I'll say that the entire market demand has changed. So you see that due to this change, this volatility, customer expectations are changing at very fast pace. And if you are not coming up with a very precise solution to the problems faced by the consumers, and not coming up with a product that consumers really want, that could cater to the needs and want of the consumers, then you would fail in the market. And that's why we are going to discuss how to have this problem solution fit and product market fit. So first I'll highlight the top 10 startup mistakes, because right now engineering graduates, business graduates, most of them aspire to become an entrepreneur, coming up with the startups where we talk only about technology. If we have a technology, we call it as a startup. An app defines a startup. Let's take an example. There is a restaurant nearby my house. If I have to order food from that restaurant, I'll pick my phone. I have the menu card at my home. I'll call on that number and I'll order my food. This I call as a traditional business. The moment the same restaurant has its own app, we call it as a startup. Does an app really matters rather than this food or the on-time delivery? That is a question which needs to be introspected by the businesses. So you are investing huge amount of money on a product which is not required at all, is one of the biggest mistake that startups make. If you see this chart, the number one problem, the number one mistake that are done by the startups is building something that nobody wants. Then number two is hiring poorly, not having proper resources, human resources, lack of focus, whether they want to do a sustainable business or they want to be into business and compete and just have their pie of the market share. Most often also they fail to execute sales and marketing also. And there are n number of reasons, but you see the major reason is building something that nobody wants. So even if they build something that customers want, they can still fail to build an appropriate business model around it. So before they begin executing on what they consider as the next big thing, they need to test their ideas to be sure that they have achieved the proper fit with the market for their company. The product fits to the market requirements. So basically, there are three kinds of fit. First one is problem solution fit. This fit occurs When a company have the evidence that customers care about certain jobs, pains and gains, and this stage, the company proves the existence of a problem. They really make the consumers feel that yes, there is a problem, and they have designed a solution which can create a value proposition that can address those customers' need, want, job, pains, and gains. Product market fit occurs when the companies have the evidence that their value proposition is actually creating value for customers. Customers are getting maximum value out of their product, and this they do by alleviating their pains and creating the gains they desire. The product or the services at the beginning starts to gain traction in the market. People start getting interested, and gradually they grab the market share. And third one is the business model fit, where the companies have the evidence that the value proposition is embedded in a profitable and scalable business model. Means at the first point, at the first, when a startup or a company enters into the market, they try to address the deepest anxieties, the problems of the people with their solutions. This is known as problem solution fit. Then at the next level, once their product is introduced, it starts grabbing market share and creates value among the customers through the cutting edge products, that is the product market fit. And then through the by achieving the problem solution fit and product market fit, they achieve the third stage, that is the business model fit, where their business becomes sustainable for a long period of time. One example you can say Ola coming up in India with a concept of not everybody can afford to have a car, and if one can afford to have a car, then there is a problem of parking, maintenance, everything. So they have come up with a solution by giving the concept of owner free cars. You need not to own a car to commute through a car. Then Zoom cars coming up in market with concept of you need not to buy a car to own a car. Similarly, you can see many of the companies. Recently, Mahindra has launched its subscription-based model. Maruti has launched its subscription-based model. You not need not to spend lakhs of rupees at one point of time to buy a car and spend on its maintenance. Simply, you can have a subscription of it based on your need. So these kind of business models you can see, they are the problem solution fit also, product market fit also, and the business model fit also. Now, how a company or you as an entrepreneur can actually achieve problem solution fit. So this you can do by a valuable customer segment. Now, how you will do this? How will you actually create a valuable customer segment? First of all, as a startup, when you want to do anything big, you have to that you want to achieve, you have to start somewhere. And these customers are divided into many types. They are early adopters, followers, and laggards. So if you can, as a startup, if you have to divide your customers, you can divide them into three. You can segment them into three classes. That is early adopters, those who adopt the new product, who are excited to adopt a new product or service. Then once that product gains some popularity, then comes the followers who follow the early adopters. Means once the product has established itself in the market, then they buy, then they go for it. And the third one category is the laggards. Laggards are the people who adopt to a product when the product has reached its maturity and has created a very strong brand. As a startup, As a business, if you have to achieve a problem solution fit here where your solution is new, where you are coming up with a new product, you have to focus on the valuable customer segment, which are the early adopters. Because early adopters are the people who will adopt to your new product. And so your focus should be on these early adopters because you cannot focus on all the market segments at a time. So you have to focus only on the valuable customer segment, and here the valuable customer segment is the early adopters. So the first step is to focus on the early adopters. So now you have identified your target market or target customer segment. Now next step is to investigate their needs. Now one of the cheapest, fastest and most informative things to do at this stage, the second stage, is to meet with the customers through customer discovery interviews. Means you can go to the, you can find this from this segment. You have to identify the probable customers who could be your probable customers, talk to them, spread the word about your product or services or the solution there you are coming up with, until this thing creates a buzz and you in return hear back the same thing from customers, like it's creating a buzz. So first step when you are coming up with a solution, how to make the achieve the problem solution fit, first identify the early adopters as your valuable customer segment, then reach out to these customers, talk to them, create a relationship with them at such a level that they create a buzz about your product, and that buzz should be such that it should echo back to you as a business, means more and more people start talking about this, about your product. For example, I'll give the example of Lego toys. Lego toys is one of the leading brand in the toys segment, and you won't see any advertisement of them. Very rare. What they do whenever they create a new product or a new design of toy, they reach out to their loyal customers or the customers who are early adopters to their products and tell them, demonstrate them about their product. These people now start creating the buzzword. That's why these early adopters or the loyal customers of Lego call them their evangelist. They start the word of the mouth. Because right now, if company communicates about their products and services to the mass audience, people won't believe. But if they hear about a product or a service from their peer groups, friends, family, relatives, or their community, here by community I mean online communities, where they gather or where they socialize, like Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram. If from there, if they know, come to know, then they uh, rely on the company more. Because as an entrepreneur, your job is to meet and kiss to the customers all the time. And what could be the better platform than the online medium? So you have to create. Second step is to create the buzzword that you are in the market with a solution that can cater to the customer's undeserved needs. Then you have to create a winning value proposition. Now, what is a value proposition? A value proposition is a statement that defines how and why you are different and worth getting attention. Right now, many companies, I said every day, hundred of startups open. Many companies are coming up with similar solutions, similar kind of products, similar kind of services. Now, a question is always in the mind of customers: why I should go with the company X? Why not Y? If the same product is available to me at almost the same price or somewhat there is a little bit of price difference, and all of you are startups, why should I go with you? Why not that? Like, if you see, there is a company Jepto, which has recently entered into the market with the concept of delivering you anything within 10 minutes, from grocery to food items, anything. Already there was an existing company, Grofers, which used to deliver all these things, but you have to order one day before. By midnight, if you order, next morning it will be delivered at your doorstep. When Jepto came up with 10 minutes delivery, then Grofers renamed itself in a brand name called Blinkit, and they also started this service that delivering you within 10 minutes. Now, if both are delivering in 10 minutes, Jepto, Blinkit, which is basically Grofers, why I should go, if as a customer, my question is why should I go with Jepto, why not Blinkit, or why I should go with Blinkit, why not Jepto? This question is always in the mind of the consumers. So, to answer to these anxieties or the queries of the consumers, you have to prove through a value proposition statement that how you are different from your competitors. So it has to be this value proposition statement has to be very crisp, and it should include the target segment that they are catering to, the key problem that they are addressing, and the key benefit the customers are going to get, and what is the special and unique way to deliver those services or the products. Now, the last step is the aligning the planets. Now, once we have designed, you as a startup has designed a value proposition. So first, you have identified your segment in the form of early adopters. Then you have spread the word that your problem is going to solve the undeserved needs. But there are many companies doing the same. You will create a unique value proposition that wow, you are different from your competitors. Now the last step is, after designing the value proposition, a key question will come: will customers use and buy your product? Here is the uncertainty, and there is a high level of uncertainty. Hence, it's crucial to identify what is the cheapest and fastest way to test whether products would be bought by the customer or not. For this, we have some techniques, that is lean experiment and all. So, uh, I would like to give one example that why I'm calling it aligning the planets. See, in January 2016, there were five planets, that is Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, Venus, and Mercury. They were visible for a month in an alignment, one after the other. And this is known as planet alignment, and it is quite rare. Before 2016, it happened only in the year 2005. So this alignment is very rare, and so you have to align all these three: valuable customer segment, customer and deserve needs, and a winning value proposition. You have to align all these so that you win the market. And this alignment, actually we call it as product market fit. And in order to achieve this product market fit, aligning your product with the market requirements, because you have to work on n number of factors, you have to align n number of factors: your customers, uh, your communication, the value proposition, everything needs to be aligned with each other. So in order to achieve this, you have to keep iterating until you get a, this is a hit and trial method iteration. You have to keep it doing until you get a consistent commitment from customers, until you get a good loyal customer base. Until then, you have to keep tweaking the product features or the service features and the commercial elements of the proposition. And here, your team, that is the human resources, will help you in achieving. Now, how to do it? There is one problem solution fit canvas is proposed, and this problem solution canvas I will just give detail one by one. Firstly, what is the use of this? This canvas helps you to solve complex problems in a way that fits the need of the customers, and it helps the company to succeed faster and increase the solution adoption by tapping into existing mediums and channels of behavior. It helps the companies to sharpen their communication and marketing strategy with the right triggers and right message. Because if a message or communication goes wrong, or it is it goes to a particular segment of the people for whom it is not meant for, or or its perception goes wrong in the mind of the consumers, it can lead to massive failure of the product. Like once Gillette, USA had done one mistake only, that while when they came up with their one Gillette brand of shaving gel, they put a black on their Facebook ad. They put a black, and the statement was, "Gillette makes you gentleman." This was though it was not intended, but this was perceived in the US as an act of racism and have gained worldwide negative feedback. Worldwide condemnation was there. Within 24 hours, they have to apologize on their official Facebook page and take out that advertisement. Similarly, you might have seen that advertisement of Fair and Lovely, where there is a girl striving to get a job to somebody, uh, her friend suggests her to apply Fair and Lovely, and within 7 days she became fair, skin colored, and got the job. This gave a wrong message that your qualification, your skills doesn't matter, fair skin matters. This was very negatively taken, particularly in southern part of India, where most of the females came out in protest that that we all are not fair skinned, but still we are into good. Uh, we are at good positions in business. We are scientists, professors, and all. So you see, one wrong message, though it was not intended, has created landed a company in trouble. So you as a startup cannot afford to do this. So this problem solution fit canvas also helps you in, because communication right now is the key to reach out to the customers. So it helps you to sharpen your communication and marketing strategy with the right triggers and messaging, and it increases the touch points with your company by finding the right problem behavior fit and building trust by solving frequent annoyances or urgent or costly problems. Meaning, at every touch points, be it production, be it human resource, be it, yeah, your communication with the customers, or be it your sales channel, it helps you to identify the right problem where the problem is. And it also helps you to create trust among the consumers as well as your employees by solving frequent annoyances or disturbances that happen. Because if there is a disturbance and that is not at, identified that it is happening at which touch point, that could be a serious problem to the business. So this problem solution fit canvas helps you to find that what are the frequent disturbances that are hindering your business, how to solve them, and whether also it also helps you to identify whether the problem is urgent, means it needs to be fixed immediately, or after a period of time, and whether the problem solving will be costly in nature or not. So overall, it helps you to understand the existing situation of where you are stand in the market in order to improve it for your target group. Now let's analyze this problem solution fit canvas. The first one is the structure. You can see this is the structure. The first one is known as the in this you see the first row that you are seeing in pink. This is known as the customer state fit. The second row is the problem behavior fit. The third one is the communication channel fit. And fourth one is the solution guess, arriving at the solution. So now let's see the customer state fit. Or let me first explain what is this all about. So this customer state fit helps you to make sure as a startup that you understand your target group to customer segments, limitations, and available solutions. The second one, that is the problem behavior fit, helps a startup to filter out the noise or disturbances and identify the most urgent and frequent problems and also find the root cause of the problems and also to see that which of the behavior supports those problems.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, just there was, I'm not much involved with these processes. So, one of the my basic query was that
Mhm.
means for same startup, we have to go means analyze same thing for problem solution fit and also product market fit, or they are for
No, no.
different kind of startup. They are different type of
No, no,
approaches
no, sir. For the same startup, you have to focus on these two things simultaneously.
simultaneously. Okay.
Yeah. What problem you are solving? Okay.
Okay.
Coming so for that problem, coming up with the product. So first identify the problem. That is the problem solution.
Okay.
Coming up with a solution. Then making product to solve that problem. Like I have given the example of Ola.
Hmm.
Like the problem is that all people could not afford to buy a car.
Definitely.
Right? Right, that is the problem.
Yes.
The solution is rental cars.
Yes.
This is the problem solution. But how much viable it is?
Yes.
So for that you have to come up with tying up the people, cab drivers, giving better services to the people. Right?
Hmm.
So this is the product market.
Uh,
So coming up with a solution, and that solution should be like that. It should cater to the need of the market. Coming up with something that is not needed at all and that is not appreciated in the market won't yield you anything.
Uh, yes, sir. Sir, this is one of the main concern. Just you highlighted in very few first slides that sometimes students and others people come with their idea and they are stuck with their idea so much they even don't care that whether people will like it or not. So that desirability component is missing from here. Yeah.
Actually, what I observe, that is my observation. I cannot generalize it, but and many studies actually have said that in India, when we talk of startup, we are not having any innovation. We are just creating replications.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
For example, if you ask now today's student that what you want to do, if his answer is startup, what you are going to do, so maximum answer will be I want to open online grocery store. Already there are hundred of online grocery stores. What difference you are creating? I will make an app for this. I will make an app for that. What is the new thing that you are going to come up with?
Yes, mostly look for aggregating services,
Yeah,
mostly.
yeah.
And what will be the business model that they don't look after, and whether it is desirable or not. First of all, that is the part.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
sometimes I think that even we as evaluators, we are in different committees and evaluate. Sometimes we also miss. We look at the innovation. Sometimes reverse is also true. There is innovation, and whether market requires it or not, means new product someone has designed, and whether market requires it or not. uh, Yesterday itself I have seen one product for measuring humidity of soil, and then there was solution for farmers. So Indian farmers, do they require it or not? That is the prime concern.
Let me give you one small example out of not from startup, only the requirement of the market. Let's say within 1 week, 5G spectrum is launched in India. How many of the people are going to buy it? Yes, sir. Let's say within a week, 5G spectrum is launched. That's a very unique thing, high speed and all these things. This is launched in India.
Yes,
How
yes.
many of the people are going to subscribe for 5G?
Mm, I,
At this point of time.
at this point of time, I don't think that people think even they require
Because they are happy with the content that is available. It is good. It is very well streamed in 4G. For 5G, you have to shift to you have to buy a new handset.
new
That
handsets.
is 5G compatible. First thing.
Hmm.
That is the problem that now the companies are coming up with, and government is also supporting electric vehicle.
Yes,
But
yes.
market is not ready. You
Yes,
don't
yes.
have the proper infrastructure. So
Definitely.
solution for pollution is there. There is of course a solution. The problem solution fit is there, but the product market fit is not there.
Yes,
So you have to work. Yeah,
charging
charging point.
stations are not there. Nothing is available.
Ah, and that's why in the Union Budget 2022, this Nirmala Sitharaman has emphasized much on the setting up the electric vehicle infrastructure and swapping of battery system,
Yes,
where
yes.
you can go and give your dead battery and take the new battery or charge free charge battery. Okay? So that could be one of the solutions. So when you are working towards this, you have to first come up with the innovative solution, and whether your solution is fitting to the market or not.
Market.
You have to align both.
Yes, yes.
You have to work simultaneously.
And in market, this customer behavior is also one of the component of market fit, or that problem solution fit. Mm.
So problem solution fit, because
That
problem
will come,
solution
yes.
fit will lead to this product market fit. First
Yes.
step is the problem solution fit. And I have
Yes.
given the example of sanitizers and
Yes, yes,
sanitizers.
definitely,
Right now it has become a necessary product. Previously it was a luxury product.
definitely,
The people behavior keeps on changing, and it is changing at a very highly volatile rate.
definitely.
Okay. Hope I answered your query, sir. Okay. The third row is the communication channel fit. It helps the businesses to sharpen their communication with strong triggering messages, which can trigger into the mind of the consumers and touch their emotions, and also helps the company to reach their customers through right channels. So right now, you as a startup or a business, if you are not identifying which is the right channel for you, let's say you are advertising in television, a cutting edge technology you are coming up with an app advertising it on television. It's of not much use as compared to advertising it on social media or YouTube or doing some digital marketing, digital media. Similarly, you have also, along from your product or solution specification, you have to touch the emotions of the people. How your product or service is going to be a life changer for them, how it is helping them to make their world a better place to live. And the fourth one is the solution, the final solution. It is known as the solution guess. So here you have to translate all the validated data that you have gathered as a startup into the solution that fits the customer states, that fit the customer needs, and also keeping into account the customer limitations, solve a real problem of the customers rather than having any sci-fi things. Now moving one by one, this is the customer state fit. Here the goal is to the why we make this matrix, why we make this customer state fit, because it helps the startups to understand their target groups, that is segments, their limitations, and the available solutions. So first here you will identify your target group, whom you are targeting, because you cannot make a product for everybody. You have to be very narrowed down on a particular target segment. Then see what is their limitations and how you can address those limitations. And what are the already available solutions? Because when you are coming up as a startup, you have to come up with some innovative product which could compete against available solutions. So at this stage, this analysis is done. Few questions as a startup that you can ask at this stage is: who is your customer? What limits your customer from acting when a problem occurs, like their purchasing power, or let's say if you are coming up with some app, whether the network connection or the device is compatible or not, all these things you can have a breakthrough here. And what are the solutions that are available to the customer when the customer is facing that problem? What are already the solutions that are available, so that it will help you to come up with some unique solutions. If you identify your competitors, then you can keep yourself ahead of your competitors. If not, then you will end up in replicating the same product or service, and ultimately you won't get the market share. Second one is the problem behavior fit. The goal of this market behavior fit is to help the business to filter out the noise, that is the disturbances, and identify the most urgent and frequent problems. Problem is there, but which is the most urgent problem, which is the most frequent problem, and then understand the real reasons, the root cause behind this problem, and what are the behavior of the people that supports this problem, and whether what is the intensity of that problem, whether it is weak, infrequent, not intense. So this will help you to identify whether the problem is worth solving or not. Already, if this problem, let's say you, after this analysis, you come to know that this is not a very urgent problem, root cause is very, you can say, weak, and the behavioral intensity is not so intense. So this is not a problem worth solving. However, if there is a, uh, you can say that there is a very urgent problem, real problem, and you can identify the root cause also, then you can take a call that whether you should come up with a solution to this problem or not. Otherwise, you will end up in replicating what others are doing. So here are the few questions that you can ask: that what are the problems you as a startup can solve for your customers? And these could be many problems. It could not be only a single problem. It could be more than one. So try to explore all of the problems. Then how often these problems occur? This is one time problem, or it is happening every time in daily life. Like if suppose if I'm unable to buy a car today, I'm also not able to buy a car, let's say after 1 year, and many people, the intensity is also high. Then the basis on that, Ola came up with a solution of not having the car ownership for traveling through a car. Otherwise, if it is a 1 day problem of people that they didn't have the car, within 1 year they can have, then there is no point in bringing up all these subscription based cars and all these things. So you have to understand the frequency, the root cause of the problem, and what is the intensity of the problem. Then you can decide on whether you should come with a solution or not, whether you should spend your resources on finding the solution or not. Then third one is the communication channel fit. This communication channel fit helps the startups to sharpen their communication with strong triggers. Your communication to the consumers or to the society by large matters the most. And when communication matters the most, it should be very triggering in nature. It should trigger the or grab the attention of the minds of the people. It should trigger into the minds of the people that yes, this company has come up with this solution. Because if you are coming up with a solution, you need to communicate it to the consumers. Because if you are not communicating it to the consumer, they would never know that there is a solution that exists. But if you it is not triggering, then people are not going to buy your products or even try your products or services. So this helps you to sharpen the communication with strong triggers. Emotional messaging. Right now, people are looking upon uh, their emotional needs also being catered to. So your message should have some emotional component also, and it also helps you to identify which would be the right channel for you to reach to the customers. Whether you should go through online medium or offline medium, based on the kind of solution you are proposing. And few questions that you can ask at this point of time, that what triggers the customers to act, which emotions do people feel before and after this problem is resolved, and whether you should choose the channel of behavior or the behavior, that is the emotional behavior that you are trying to map, whether this is an online behavior or offline behavior. Let's say people, after getting a solution, are talking more in the online communities, then you have to tap the online medium for advertising or communicating. If they are happening offline, then you have to go offline. Right now, you see all of the companies have mostly gone to online medium of communication. Almost all the companies, be it a well-established company or be it a startup, they have their presence on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and they are communicating, engaging to their customers, and also trying to engage with the new customers through this online medium. So you have to take a call that which of the medium suits best to you. Then comes the final stage as the solution guess or the problem solution fit. The point number 10. Here, whatever the data you have collected till now at level 1, 2, and 3, you match all these gathered data to the best solution that fits into customer behavior and constraints. So you have identified the customer segments, you have identified the problem, its frequency, its their behavior, you have found the communication, all these data you have gathered. Now you'll analyze and use all this data to finally arrive at a solution which could address to the, and you have to arrive at the best solution by using all this data to arrive at the customer solution, providing solution to the customer that best suits to their needs. So once all these things are done, a few marketing tactics that you have to apply also. First one is to create your brand image. You are coming up with a solution. Now how will you, this is the problem solution fit. Now how will you make the product market fit? You have come up with a solution. How will you create a brand for yourself? So to create a brand for yourself, you should have a very strong brand identity and a very strong brand integrity. Where brand identity talks about what your product is all about, what perception people have in their mind about, or what kind of perception you are trying to create. And brand integrity is how you are different from your competitors. So if you have a strong brand identity and a strong brand integrity, these two will combine to form a strong brand image. And ultimately, brand image is the determining factor. Once you have, see, I have said that at the very stage of analysis, you are into the entry stage into the market. After entering into the stage, how will you grab the market share? Why people should buy your product or services? They will come to you due to your brand image. And how you can create your brand image? By creating a strong brand identity and brand integrity. Means a clear identity of who you are, what solution you are providing, and brand integrity, that how you are different from your competitors. These two will create a strong brand image, and brand image is the ultimate factor that triggers people to act on buying a product or service. So here I have taken this we call as 3I model: identity, integrity, and image. I have taken the example of Coca-Cola. Okay, so just give me 2 minutes, sir. I'll finish it. So, so now you see that Coca-Cola have, once it was out of the market, then it entered into the market, and now it has positioned itself through its slogan "Open Happiness," that this is a product that creates happiness. Then the differentiation is that it has trademarked a punchline "Live positively." These two things have created a very strong brand image of Coca-Cola. So right now, all companies has to be true to their brand's 3 I's. Then they have to shift to values driven marketing. What value they are giving to the customers, both all at the uh, mind level, heart level, and spiritual level. And that should be in their mission, vision, and value statement. And these are the few things that companies should keep into mind: that love your customers, respect your competitors. Always not don't be into competition, but also respect your competitors so that you come up with better products than them. Otherwise, you will end up in fighting with your competitors, and customer will feel betrayed, and then he will leave you as well as your competitors. Be sensitive to change, be ready to transform, analyze the market, whatever the requirement is there, be sensitive to change and also transform. And guard your name, your brand name. Be clear about who you are, like Apple. Get your customers, keep and grow them. Whatever your business is, whether it's a product or whatever, right now, service and solutions are the key players in the market. So, whatever your business is, it is a service business. Customers are diverse, so go first to those who can benefit most from you, and always offer a good package at a fair price. Always make yourself available. Spread the good news about your availability, what good you are doing to the society by large and individual customers. Always refine your business process in terms of quality, cost, and delivery. And yes, data is the new fuel. Gather data, gather information, but while making decision, always don't rely on data. To some extent, rely on data, but also use your wisdom in making your final decision. So the bottom line is that if you want to have a better problem solution fit and product market fit, you have to shift to values driven business, and this is the best model that can be utilized and sustained in this new business era. And right now, we need business Mahatmas who do really care about the customers and the society and come up with this unique solutions, rather than we don't want warriors who are just replicating and competing with others. This is all from my side. Thank you.
Any questions? Sir, meanwhile, I will read one question which has been posted. What are best way to start our business journey and start learning the market? Mr. Aditya Tripathi has asked this question.
See, the best way I have already told that we are living in a world which is highly volatile. People's mindsets are changing very fast. So please try to gather information from the people and see that what what are the solutions available to them and how you can create some That's what I said, that respect your competitors. Also do a competitor analysis. Don't be into your own, we call it a myopia, that you are only focused on your product rather than really understanding that your product is needed by the consumers or not. So for that you have to look at your competitor, that what solution they are providing, understand them, and then come up with the innovative solution. And always keep your customers, grow with them. So first part will be your start of the business. And keeping your customers along with you, growing with them, always improvising on your product cost and delivery. All these things will help you for a better this business journey.
Yes, sir. So sometimes we see there are few, just like you have also taken example of 5G. So there is one of, means even people don't think there is a need, and slowly that need is being built, and so technology push is there. Market pull is not there, technology push is there. So means I think from if someone has a startup idea, then and if he has technology, then mostly people think that if this is technology, let us push it into the market.
Actually, sir, that is what we call as sales laws of economics, which states that supply creates its own demand. So if something is present in the market, pushed in the market, ultimately it will create its demand.
Yes.
Though it will create its demand, but after a period of time, once the consumer identifies that it is not required by to them by any means, they will actually throw that company out of the market. Because right now customers are the new brand, they are in the charge of company rather than the company itself. So
Definitely.
at one point of time you can do a push marketing, but the moment the customer realizes that the solution provided by them is not required, because it is a human tendency, if something is available, there is a compulsion to buy it. But at one point of time, once they realize, then you won't be able to sustain into the market.
Just like we currently see that metaverse is being created, and online marriages are being performed in 3D arena, and for this they need that 5G and other things are being created, and but I think for large companies, even technology push is possible, because through marketing and other things they can sustain, and sometimes even their people's luxury may feel that it is their necessity.
Right. So for small businesses, I will suggest that they should identify their niche. For big companies, it's always that they can cater to a mass segment, mass market, due to they can push due to the money and resources they have. But for small businesses, what they can do, they can identify the particular small segment and target them. And like you have said that online marriages are happening, right, sir?
Yes,
A
yes.
push is happening. Previously, there was no concept of online marriage. Due to this technology and all, online marriages are happening. But you see that if online marriages can happen, then online divorces also happen.
Yes, yes. Sir, there is one question. How can we stick to our ethics in time of such intense competition, and unethical competitors won't be downgraded? Yuvraj Singh has asked this question.
Sir, see, sir, in theory, we say that ethics should be followed in business. But when it comes to practicality, and if you closely observe any of the companies, be it even the most ethical company like Tata Sons, 100% ethicality cannot go with the business.
Because when profitability is there in view, then
100% cannot. So, but to do that, the maximum that you can do that is focus on value-based marketing and focusing on these 10 credos that I have here highlighted. That love your customers, respect your competitors, be sensitive to change, guard your name, get your customers, keep and grow them, improvise on your services, go first to the customers who can benefit most from you, and all these things will be leading to ethicality to some extent. 100% ethicality cannot be increased.
Yes, even someone is interested, then they can try for social entrepreneurship, still maintaining the 100% ethical practices. There also maybe a limitation.
Sir, it's India also. If you see an NGO, like you see, we are seeing lot of organizations like Getto.org and others, which are fundraiser NGOs, right? Social entrepreneurship is there, but how many people really donate to this company? All feel that might be they are just minting money and they won't be spending on underprivileged people. So somewhere you have to spread, and it will take time. Given the political system of India and the societal setup mentality, it will take time. We cannot be means 100% ethicality cannot be replicated in any country. But yes, try to be maximum ethical if you want to sustain for long. That's what I can say.
Definitely. Okay, sir. Thank you. Uh, Thank you, sir. There are no more questions, and we are also exceeding time limits. So, Durgavati ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Vishal sir, for delivering a wonderful lecture on the topic problem solution fit and product market fit. And I hope that the students are satisfied with your delivery. Although we were running in short of time, but you have managed to give each and every crux of the things which was required. And really, what I have said in the very onset of the session, that you will do a justice to the topic, and you have done that justice. Thank you very much, sir, for joining and for sharing your time and inputs with the students and enriching us with this very particular topic. And I was also listening to your lecture, and I have learned a lot of things which I was not previously aware of. So thank you very much once again, and I will be looking for further more lectures with more time span, so that you can like we can have more inputs from you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
And
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you, sir. And Adib ji will be, I think, looking for one photo session, and we should turn on our cameras so that.
Sir, just give me a minute. I have to put. Actually, I use the external camera. So just give me.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, no issue, sir.
Okay,
Please.
okay. It is request to all participants, please switch on your cameras so that we can take a wonderful collage pic. Please switch on your cameras. It is request to all participants.
Just a minute, sir.
Yes, yes, sir. We are waiting, sir.
Actually, sir, I think the students will be the right person to give the inputs regarding the session, because actually they are the beneficiary means of this very particular session. So if they have learned something, then it is a valuable one to us. So any student would
Yes,
like
ma'am.
to share his or her viewpoint?
Definitely from our.
Okay, I'm using.
Okay, so sir is there. Let us have one picture. Adib ji,
Yes, sir.
have you taken uh, collage photo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now Uh,
Wait a 1 minute, sir. Wait a minute. Done, sir.
okay, so
Done,
now,
sir. Yes,
uh,
sir.
now at the at the end of this event, I would again like to thank Dr. Vishal Shukla sir, and he has taken valuable time and given his valuable input to us and our students. And uh, I would also take this opportunity to thank our President IIC, Professor Kuldeep Sahai sir. His guidance is valuable for conducting and organizing such events. And also, I would like to again, one of the strongest pillar of our institute, our director sir, Professor Vineet Kansal sir, for providing every resource and facility required for this conducting such events. And and last but not least, all the participants, I would like to again thanks that they came and they joined us and they learned. And in future also, if someone joins through our YouTube video and he learns, again, I'm thankful to them that they, and I feel happy that we can provide an opportunity for them to learning and grow. Okay, so thank you once again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody, and have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.